This will change the way you see yourself forever. Stoic philosophy. You have a power inside you, a fire that never really dies. It may flicker or seem small, but it's always there waiting. Then, unexpectedly, a moment, a thought, a challenge becomes a spark and fuels your flame again. You might believe you know your limits, that you've already mapped out how strong you can be. But what you believe is just the surface. Under that is a deep ocean of strength and ability you haven't used yet. There's a part of you that doesn't break, not truly. It may go quiet or feel far, but it's never gone. That part that kept going when things got dark is still within you. Whether you realize it or not, you've barely scratched what you're capable of. Many people live their whole lives under a version of themselves that's weaker than what they could be. They accept limits that were handed to them. But what if those limits are not real? What if doubts, fears, and setbacks are not signs of your true self, but tests meant to awaken what's already there? You think you've seen what you're made of? You haven't. Beneath overthinking and underestimation lies a deeper you, calm, focused, steady. That version is built on inner power the Stoics talked about, not loud or flashy, but strong and grounded. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Today, we'll go there, to that strength, not the surface stuff, the real thing. If any part of you feels ready to stop doubting and start becoming, stay with me. This might be the spark that lights everything back up. Why do you doubt yourself? Not because you're weak or broken, but because somewhere along the way you lost sight of just how much you've already survived and quietly won. Doubt doesn't come from weakness. It comes from disconnection. You forgot the part of you that shows up day after day without applause, without validation, doing what must be done. That is the part that got out of bed when everything felt heavy. The part that kept going when your mind screamed, "Stop." That is the strength. Most people never see that strength, not because it's not there, but because they've been taught not to look for it. You weren't born uncertain. You learned hesitation like a second language. It crept in slowly, with warnings to stay quiet, safe, small. Maybe it started at home, at school, or from watching others get punished for standing out. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility now to unlearn it. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Ask yourself, what have you been doing again and again? Doubting yourself? Selling yourself short? Under all that noise, there's another voice, a quieter one. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It says, "This isn't all I am. I was made for more." Have you ever sat in silence and felt it rise? Not ego, but truth? If that voice has survived all the years of fear and overthinking, then the strength that carried you through has survived too. You've been through more than you know, moments when quitting seemed easier, nights you carried storms inside and still showed up the next day. That is power. That wasn't weakness, that was resilience. That was grit. That was proof. Carl Jung said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." You've been choosing, even when silent, and those choices are shaping who you are. The problem isn't that you lack confidence, it's that you've forgotten. You've forgotten your own evidence. You've forgotten the strength hidden in those every day. You've been told that if no one notices, it doesn't count. If you don't post it, it didn't happen. That's performance. But confidence isn't proving, it's knowing. When you know, you don't need applause. You just show up, day after day, especially when no one's watching. Plato said the measure of a person is what they do with power. I'd add, especially when no one's watching. The world may notice eventually, but the you who needs to notice first is you. If you're building something unseen now, fine. Let them miss it. Let your discipline speak instead. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll try when I'm ready"? But readiness isn't a guess that shows up. It's built through doing. You don't wait to be ready to act. You act, and through acting you become ready. Every admired person, every inspiring story, they didn't wait for certainty. They acted anyway. Through that, they became what they are. Fear often dresses as logic. It tells you to wait, to be practical, to gather more. But what if all that waiting is fear talking? The choice to move, despite fear, is your rebirth. What sounds like hesitation or doubt might not be protecting you, it might be stopping you. Because the future you want, the one who's strong, grounded, fulfilled, isn't waiting for perfect conditions. It's calling you forward, starting now, even from the place where you feel most unsure. If you're scared, that's okay. It means you're alive. It means you're close to something important. Discomfort isn't a bad sign, it's a signal. It shows you're standing at the edge between who you are now and who you could be. Fear often hides as logic. Wait until you're ready. Wait until it's perfect. What if those messages are just fear? What if the courage you need is just stepping forward anyway? It's time to remember. You've already done more than you realize. Your fire was never gone. You just needed to feed it again. What if that hesitation isn't protecting you? It's holding you back. Your future self, stronger, more grounded, more fulfilled, isn't waiting for a perfect moment. It's calling you forward now, even from the part of you that feels unsure. If you feel afraid, that's okay. It means you're alive, you're near something important. Discomfort isn't a warning to stop. It's a signal that you're growing, standing at the border between who you are now and who you're about to become. You don't wait to be worthy. You act your way into it. Worthiness isn't handed out. It's earned in moments of uncertainty, in tiny decisions, when nothing feels guaranteed. Confidence isn't something you wait to discover. You build it by showing up scared, shaky, unsure, and doing it anyway. Every "I can't" your mind accepts as true. When you repeat it, it becomes your default. But every "I will try" begins to change your wiring, your actions. Doubt whispers quietly, pretending to be logic. You're not ready. You'll fail. You're too late. But those are voices of fear, hiding as reason. Start treating your thoughts like ideas, not facts. Question them gently. Which voices belong to fear? Which belong to you? You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. Your mind is sacred. Like your home, it gets cluttered. Fear, shame, negative self-talk. You can clean it. Replace noise with clarity. Turn assumptions into questions. Judgment into understanding. You are not an echo repeating old stories. You are the editor, the author. You decide what beliefs stay and what change. Comparison steals joy. You compare someone's best moments to your everyday life. That's unfair. The Stoics taught that your worth should come from your own choices, not from other people's success or approval. You're not broken if no one sees you. You are doing work in the shadows. Real confidence is built in private, when you keep showing up even when no one's watching. You've waited too long to feel ready. Readiness isn't a line you cross, you build it by acting. Every time you choose consistency over comfort, you create strength and self-trust. You are becoming quietly daily. In small decisions no one sees. That is your power. You don't have to chase perfection or applause. What matters is that you keep going, true to yourself. Your future self already lives in you. Start uncovering that.